Some Chicago suburbs have a serious problem right now, and most buyers moving here have absolutely no idea. Between just 3 suburbs, there are only 50 homes for sale, and only 8 of those are under $400,000. That's not a slow week. This is a crisis. I've spent the last 5 years helping people relocate all across Chicago suburbs, and I live here myself. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening with inventory, which suburbs are getting hit the hardest, and exactly what to do before you buy so you don't get burned. To start, let me show you why inventory is this low. Because once you understand this, everything else really starts to make sense. Think about it like this. You locked in a 2.5% mortgage rate in 2020. Your monthly payment is $1,800. If you sell and buy again today, that same house cost you $3,200 a month. Would you move? Most people won't, unless they absolutely have to. That's the lock-in effect, and it's frozen inventory across all of these towns. And on top of that, these are really stay towns. People move here for the space, the lifestyle, the quietness, and they just don't seem to leave. It creates demand with nowhere to go. Now, what does this mean for you as a buyer? You're not competing with a ton of people who lowball. You're competing with prepared buyers who move very fast. They're finance ready and they don't hesitate. Speed and preparation matter more right now than budget alone. So let's look at what this actually looks like on the ground. Starting with a town most people probably haven't even heard of. Sugar Grove. Yes, it's small. Right now, there are only 12 homes for sale. The town has this hidden, underrated quality. It's got quick access to I-88 and a golf course community, Pressberry. Now, genuinely, it's a very small town feel. It checks a lot of boxes that buyers are really looking for. But because it's small, when demand hits, people have nowhere to buy something. Now, most of what's here is 2,500 square feet or more with the 90s to early 2000s build style. And they're estate-style homes that push over $600,000 on average. You're thinking about building new? Well, your only option is Ryan Homes. And those builds are under 2,500 square feet, starting at over $450,000 before the upgrades. Now, if Sugar Grove is on your list, know that you need to act quickly and be pre-approved before you even start looking. That's how quick it moves here. Now, the private network also only has 4 homes not showing publicly. Those are your best shots at finding before competition does. Still very hard to do, though. Now, the town next door, it's experienced this even worse. North Aurora has about 15 homes total for sale, 9 active, 6 in the private network. And here's the kicker. There's nothing under $300,000 that's even livable right now. The only one has a foundation issue that most buyers won't even touch. So all the demand stacks up right in the same price points. And here's what makes North Aurora interesting. It's not a one-size-fits-all market. The housing stock here is actually really diverse. You've got ranches, both with and without basements, which are perfect for buyers who want single-level living without sacrificing all the space. Now, those sit in the $300,000 to $400,000 range, and they move fast because we have a real shortage of them. Then you've got your established neighborhoods, places like Chesterfield and Pine Creek, where you're getting larger homes, more mature lots. It's a settled neighborhood feel. Now, those sit in the mid-400s to 500s, depending on the home and what's really been updated inside it. And then there's the higher end. Homes in the 600s that give you more space, more finishes, and that move-up buyer feel without crossing into custom territory. And then you have new construction. Just outside of Tanner Trails, McHugh and Silverthorne are building semi-custom homes that go well into the $900,000 range. These are not cookie-cutter builds. You're getting real finishes, real square footage, and that new construction feel without having to go all the way to Yorkville or Oswego right now to find it. And yet even I live here. I picked this town because no matter where you are in North Aurora, you're minutes from an I-88 on-ramp. You're 10 minutes from Batavia, 15 to 20 from Naperville, and you're getting significantly more for your money compared to the surrounding suburbs. Now, once people figured that out, they don't look anywhere else. The key with North Aurora is knowing which tier you're shopping in, because the competition looks different at each level. The ranches and entry-level homes are the tightest, super competitive. Multiple offers, fast decisions are made, and you can't negotiate a bunch. Now, as you move into the 500s and 600s, it opens up slightly, but not by much, I promise you. And if new construction is your path, don't wait. Silverthorne is actively trying to develop 115 homes right next to Deer Path, and these won't last long once the ground breaks. In this market, you have to treat every showing like it's your only shot, I promise you. You have to get your finance dialed in and be ready to go. And then there's Batavia, which looks like the easiest option on paper, but this is where buyers get caught off guard the most. You see, Batavia, it has everything. A real downtown, local restaurants, the Fox River, the river walks, It sits right next to Geneva and St. Charles, so buyers come in thinking, Batavia, finally I'll have options. And technically, there are 23 homes, but 12 of them are sitting on the private market you probably don't even see. And of the ones visible, only 5 are under $400,000. But here's what people don't realize. Batavia is actually one of the most diverse housing markets in this area when you look at the full picture. Near downtown, you've got older, charming homes with real character, tree-lined streets, original woodwork, the kind of house that really tells a story over the years. Now, these appeal to very specific buyers, someone who wants walkability and an established neighborhood feel from like the 1920s and up. And they're priced accordingly. Then you got Pulte Homes bringing new construction to the market. More modern layouts, open floor plans, less maintenance. Now these are drawing in buyers who want that immediate turnkey feel without going full custom and paying for it. And then you have Tanglewood Hills, which is Batavia's super luxury side. We're talking high-end homes, larger lots, the kind of community where the homes make a huge statement. If you've got the budget and you want the best Batavia has to offer, this is probably where you're going to be looking. But inventory here is extremely tight. When something does come up, if it's nice and perfect, it goes quick. So think about this. Batavia isn't just one market. It's 3 or 4 depending on what you're after. And that's exactly what makes this confusing for buyers who kind of come in blind and don't know the area. Before you fall in love with Batavia, get honest with your number and know which version of Batavia fits your lifestyle. The downtown buyer and the Tanglewood Hills buyer are completely different people. And if you're somewhere in the middle, that's kind of what Pulte does for you. But don't assume you can wait 6 months and still have choices at these levels. This market really isn't waiting right now. Now, if any of this has you thinking about the Chicago market, where to buy, what areas to watch, what to avoid, that's exactly what I do every single day. So reach out to me here or scan this QR code on screen and sign up for my weekly newsletter, where I break down the market every week. I cover local spots worth knowing about and keep you up to date on everything happening across these Chicago suburbs. Here's the bottom line. If you're looking in any of these 3 towns, the buyers who win aren't the ones with the biggest budgets. They're the ones who come in prepared and know exactly what they're going to do. And here's 3 things to do before you do anything else. 1, know your lifestyle. Small town, do you want quiet, walkability in a downtown, more house for your money? I personally chose North Aurora for its highway access. And years later, it has been the best move I've ever made in my life. But I'll be honest, when I bought, I didn't fully know what I was looking for. And if you don't know, you will probably miss the right house, even if it's right in front of you. Now 2, know your real number, not your pre-approval max, what your actual comfortable spending monthly looks like. That's a big difference for some people. And this market can blur that line fast if you find certain homes. And 3, stop relying on Zillow, seriously. The best homes right now sit on the private markets, they sit off market, and by the time you get a Zillow alert, so is everybody else. If you're seriously thinking about these areas, don't start with scrolling, start with a plan, or even send me a message and I'll walk you through what's actually available right now, including the homes you're probably not seeing. Because in this market, the most prepared. And if by now you're narrowing it to Batavia or North Aurora specifically, make sure you check out these 2 videos. I go deep on where to live, what to know, and what people always seem to miss. And I'll see you there.